Hi, I'm Kevin Hall. Normally I'm doing magic shows, but today we're talking about the Patio Plus assembly here. I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a little assembly and give some tips and tricks. It took me about a day and a half to do this, and I really think I probably could have done it in 3 hours if I would have realized some things that I didn't quite see in the instructions, since there's not a lot of text instructions, mostly pictures. So I'm going to take you for a walk around, give you some tips and tricks. I hope it helps you get ready to assemble yours too. Alright, let's get started. Okay, the first thing is I'm going to go outside. I want to show you why mine's a little bit different, and that's the fact that if you look above here, you'll see there's a window up there, and that means I cannot raise the height of the unit as much as it should be. It should be 98 inches, mine's like 95. So what that means is you get a custom cut for you, they adjust it, but and the end result is that mine should have been 10 by 10. It goes out a little bit farther than the 10-foot deck, and so you'll see I put an extra 2x4 here, which keeps that in consideration. So you got a little bit farther, so that may happen to you also. Another thing I did, which I think made it a lot easier, instead of trying to attach to the siding here, I put a little board all the way along across the top on all three sides, and if you notice underneath the board there's a little bit of pink foam here. That's to keep some of the bugs out. Alright, so you've got that going all along the top and down the other side. Now the next step, the instructions of course, is to put the railing on, and so you'll see the rail here. Though it didn't mention it in my instructions, you actually do want to screw the rail to the thing. So I put the rails up, got them as square as I could be, making a big square, measured the angles, and then I measured across that diagonal. So basically from that corner all the way to this corner, and this corner here all the way to the other corner should be identical in a square. So basically should have same length diagonals. Now you know it's square, I screwed it down, I started installing the panels. A little tip on the panels, there's a little plastic strip that goes between that holds the panels together. That slides in pretty easy. When you get to the corner though, it's better to take that corner panel, make sure that it's straight, sticking out into space there, slide it in, and then take the corner panel and bend it back in again. It's much harder if you try to put it up and then try to do it at a 90-degree angle, try to slide that little slot in between. Very hard to do. Alright, so we got all these panels done. I put my door on this side, so you see the door assembly here. Just one thing I want to mention about the door is handles going this way. I put a little piece of Velcro right here and Velcro over here, so then when the door closes it actually kind of sticks shut a little bit. Alright, that's it. Now, the upper panels here are all attached. These little pieces that come offside, they are attached by these little things here. You put all these on partially, you slide the panels in, you tighten them all up. It takes a while, but once you're done, it looks like that. So now you've got three pieces of metal on the top. So you've got your side screen panels up, you've got your top all the way around it, and now you're ready to put on the roof. And of course the roof is very interesting. You've got three channels up here. You can see as I point along here. These channels, I have three of them for my 10-foot one. It's really critical you get them exactly lined up, and even a little tiny bit off like I had right here makes it almost possible to slide those little moving pieces across. And it also makes it, if you notice on the top, there's a gasket that goes all the way on top to help the rain keep off it. That gasket is almost impossible to put on if they're even a little bit off. So for the gasket, I worked at it, and I found that silicone lubricant works really well, made it a lot easier to put across. And these I just had to bend and adjust in the middle a little bit, but basically do the best you can to make them exactly even. You'll save a lot of time that way. I'm just going to quickly show you the braces go here, they're attached. There's some side braces that go across like this. So you get a kind of look at those. Across another side brace up there that holds the roof up. Now these tubes, they attach here. You keep them loose first and you get them down here. They're hooked over here, and you'll see instructions. The piece comes from the outside and sticks in here. Now there's a hole here and a hole here, and I thought they were supposed to line up and this pin was supposed to go through all this thing and this thing, but I could never get it to work. It wasn't long enough, so I'm not sure if that's supposed to be that way or not, but here's what I did. I just put the cotter pin and the thing through this, I guess, inserting rod there. Now, those are all done. Now you're saying to yourself, aha, we got to attach this on the outside. So let me show you how that looks. Over on the outside here, you'll see that these look something like, I don't know if you can see this. They're going through here. You can adjust this by turning that notch, and it moves it in and out to adjust the tension on this roof. And there's some metal brackets here. You can see there's metal brackets that they're hooking through. And I had 3 metal brackets, and I think it's important to notice that the metal brackets don't go all the way across, at least on my version they don't. So I've got a metal bracket that goes to here, there's a space here, then another metal bracket starts up here and goes over here. So it's not a contiguous piece. And I tried 3 or 4 different ways where I finally got it so it actually all lined up and worked right. So be aware of that, and you probably won't have as much trouble as I did trying to get those things to work. Okay, now the other thing, of course, is that they give you a lot of screws to screw this in. So what I did, it's about 4 inches right here. I put a screw in here. You got to drill your own holes, your own pilot holes to drill these in. There's not any pre-thing drill holes, and you'll see one. So I got 2 for each panel, all the way across. All right. Oh, by the way, there's a little piece of that gasket up here to keep the rain off. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to cut it or not. I left it like that. The other thing I didn't understand is how you attach the roof to the sides. And it turns out there's some little, these things here, these little kind of weird shaped washers that screw in here. And you notice what they do is they go through and you actually weave this rope they give you and through and around all these things. And you go all the way along, and it keeps the side very tight. Hope you can see that. I didn't see anything in the instructions about how to do this or what the proper method is or anything like that, so I just did it, and it seems to work. There's also some strings hanging down here. I have no idea what they're for, so I just tied them up. Can't imagine why the strings are there and what their purpose is, but that looks much better. These ones don't need, because that's attached with those tensioner arms, so that's keeping that tense. And on this side too, we also have, like that, this kind of back and forth with the cord winding, holding it down. Another thing that gave me some pause was when we put the panels up, it turns out that this was not level. The actual deck was not level. The deck was kind of going, tilting like this a little bit. And so I actually decided I was going to put some pieces of board under the channel there to level the whole deck, and then I realized I didn't have to because this thing here has got some holes in it where you hook it up, and so this thing can actually be off a little bit, and you can correct it by just adjusting this first piece here. And that's it. See how if you look here, it's wider here on top than it is on the bottom. Makes sense. Let's take care of the sloping problem. Up here is the piece of Velcro here. Right there, that's attached to there, and that snaps on that part. So now basically we've had no mosquitoes in here. It's sealed up here, it's sealed along the way with that lacing, it's sealed on top, sealed on the other side. This is practically bug-free. The only thing that's gotten in so far is box elder bugs. They seem to get in anywhere, but other than that, no mosquitoes at all. Of course, we have put the carpeting down to stop that mosquitoes from down below. All right. Oh, and the door, I'm just going to give you a thing like that. The panel goes across here. The door slides like this, back and forth. Alright. You'll notice that there's a... Here, if you wanted to, you could put a lock through those 2 pieces there, lock these together, and you could lock the door, but I wouldn't bother because I could just bash through the screen anyway, and so it's kind of a worthless thing to do. Alright, is that it? Okay, so we've got the door, you've got all the panels up, you've got your roof on, you got this, you tighten the roof, I'd say let it wait about a week and then retighten the roof a little bit to make sure it's nice and tight. I've had no leaks. It's a very, very nicely built product. Very happy with it. It just, I want to be sure you guys get a chance to do it a lot faster than I did. Right. If you got any questions, just give me a call. I'll have the information on the YouTube video here, and I'll try to help if I can, but I say have a great time building your own porch. This is Kevin Hall signing off. See you later.